Welcome to Confident Leadership in Color. I am Hanna Zaxmy, leadership coach, mentor and leaders for leader. And this is another episode of our summer series, In Light Moments, Hammock Reflections for your leadership palette. Short reflections created that you can use for the hammock, the walk, the quiet coffee moment, or those few minutes when you finally have space to hear yourself think. So today, we will continue through the confident framework and we have arrived at F, focus. And today's question is, what truly deserves my focus in this season? In this series, we have already asked what has sparked joy in the last 6 months. We have also asked what feels true about the leader we are becoming. And those questions can become beautiful companies to today's reflections. Because when you begin to notice what has sparked joy, and when you begin to notice what feels true, then focus becomes less about pressure and more about protection in some way. Protection of what carries life, protection of what feels aligned, what deserves space, care, and attention in the season ahead. So today, as we ask what truly deserves our focus, we are not starting from urgency. We are not starting from performance. We are starting from joy and from truth, who we are. Focus is one of those words that can easily sound intense, as if it's only about discipline, concentration, productivity, getting more things done. But in this, I want to have a different approach to focus. Not as performance, not as another way to push harder, but as discernment, as a way to noticing what matters enough to protect. Because not everything that has asked for your attention deserves your focus. Some things are loud, some things are urgent, some things are expected, some things has been there taking up space for so long that we almost assume they must continue to take space. But focus asks a different question. Not only what is pulling at me, but also what is truly important here, what deserves my energy, what deserves my care, what deserves to be protected in this season. And maybe also, what am I ready to stop feeding with my attention? For me, focus is not always about deciding what to do more of. Sometimes it's about deciding what I will not let take over again. Because when I step away from my normal rhythm, especially during summer, I often start to see things with a little more distance. I can notice what has been taking too much space, what has been pulling too much energy, what has been quietly taking over my thoughts, my calendar, or my inner capacity. And I can also begin to notice what I want to protect more intentionally when I return. More space for reflection, more room for meaningful conversations, more courage to stay with what matters, more clarity around what I say yes to, and perhaps also more honest around what I need to say no to. Not because everything else is bad, but because focus requires choices. And if I say yes to everything, I may end up protecting nothing. That is why focus is not only about doing more, it's about choosing what matters enough to protect. So here's today's in-light moment question. What truly deserves my focus in this season? Not what should I achieve, not what should I optimize, not how can I fit in more. Instead, what truly deserves my focus? What matters enough to protect? What needs more intentional attention? What do I want to stop feeding with my energy, and what would help the next season feel less reactive and more aligned? And as you ask this, you may want to return to those two earlier reflections. The first one was about what has sparked joy. Look for the glimmers, the moments. Maybe what deserves your focus is not only what feels urgent, maybe it's also what carries more of that glimmer. And then what feels true? What feels aligned with the leader you are becoming? What feels like something you want to stand in with more steadiness? What feels like a color on your leadership palette that is ready to become more visible? Because sometimes that truly deserves our focus is not the loudest thing. It is the thing that carries both life and truth. And again, you do not need to turn this into a full plan today. You are simply invited to notice, to listen, and to let your attention become a little more honest. What is truly deserving your attention? And then, if you want, choose one simple focus phrase to carry with you. Something like, I will protect what matters. I will not let urgency lead every decision. I will return to what gives life and direction. I will focus on what feels alive and true. Or simply, not everything that asks for attention deserves my focus. So today, carry this question with you. What truly deserves my focus in this season? It's about choosing what matters enough to protect. And when you know what has sparked joy and what feels true, focus becomes more about life. Thank you for listening to Confident Leadership in Color. Follow the podcast so you do not miss the next episode. And as always, be confident, be you.